Hey Wilson, what shall we do tonight? G'day everyone, Brian here. I remind you what Paul had to say to the Philippian church when he said, I have learned the secret of contentment, of being content in all circumstances, whether well-fed or hungry. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so I believe that that can relate to every aspect of life, that every aspect of life I can find contentment. The truth is that I don't always find contentment, that some days I have it and some days I don't. I find great contentment in marriage, but what about being single? It's a long time since I was a single bloke, so how could I possibly know what to say about finding contentment in singleness? Well, come with me and let's see. What does the Bible have to say about singleness? I want to correct a misunderstanding. There are a number of Christian people who seem to have a view that marriage is the great goal of all Christian young people. That's not true, and it shouldn't be true. Being a growing disciple of Jesus should be the goal of every Christian young person. Whether marriage comes along with that or not is very much a secondary point. But what does God have to say to us about singleness? Well, in Genesis chapter 2, we read God saying about Adam, it is not good for a man to be alone. That's my experience. But it's not just men, this is for all humanity. It's not good to be alone. So if you are single, how does that help you? I want to suggest to you that it means you shouldn't be alone. Not all the time. That you need to have a good social group around you. And church should be a place where you can find that. So churches, look after your single people. Are there any biblical examples of single people? Let me think for a minute. Are there any biblical examples of single people? Or are they all married? Do single people have any role models in the Bible? Remember Paul, who could say, I've learned the secret of being content? He was a single bloke. If you read his letters, you realize that he was single, but he was not alone. That he was always with a group of people. That his ministry involved others around. And so we read about Timothy, Silas, Titus, Epaphras, and others who were supporting and working with Paul. He was not alone. But there's one other bloke the scriptures record for us as being single, and he had the greatest impact on the world. He had a good group of friends with him. He was well cared for by many, hated by some, and his name is Jesus. Did Jesus find contentment in life? Yes. Does that mean we can find contentment in singleness? I think if Jesus is our greatest role model, then the answer is yes, we can. But Jesus too had purpose and a community around him. I encourage you to do the same, remembering that it is only in Christ that we can find our greatest contentment. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week, and we'll jump into the Lord's Prayer. See you then. Bye-bye.